guys, welcome back and thanks for joining me. Just messing around today with some materials and just a bit of fun. Come up with this wee flag here. I just wanted to show you how to put it together. A wee black and red job if you like. So the hook and the vise is a Partridge Patriot double in black nickel in size 10. The thread we're going to use to tie the fly is uni thread 80 in black. So we're just going to come in, a couple of mil behind the eye of the hook, run on a couple of mil of thread and remove the waist tag. Now the tag at the back is going to be a uni floss in Chartreuse. It's the colour there. So I'm just going to length this off, trim that away. We're just going to offer it up onto the top of the shank of the hook, and then we're going to tie this in on the way down. Now I'm just going to bring my thread down until I'm sort of way in line with the points of the hooks, and then I'm going to come around with 4 turns of our Chartreuse floss. Being really tight with this here. Now on the last turn you want to spin it as tight as you can get it and bring it in between the 2 hooks. It just stops the floss from fraying out. Right, we'll just catch that in, and then we'll come in and just trim this sort of around about the length of the body or so. Now the first part of the tail is going to be boar bristles. Now this is boar bristle that has been dyed like a sunburst orange. It's a lovely bright colour, and I've some off here, and if you buy the patches of the boar bristles you'll be able to use the under fur. I'll just show you. See the under fur here? That's pig's wool. It's really translucent material, great dubbing, pig's wool. Now we've got about, I think about 5 or 6 off here. Doesn't really matter. And I want to tie these in around about twice the length of the hook over the back. Just come around with a pinching loop. Nice tight turns to secure in the boar bristles because they are a hard fibre. Now on top of that, just going to put in a wee tiny pinch of red Arctic foxtail. Now you're not looking too much, just a small pinch of the red Arctic fox, and you're looking this to be just half the length or so of the boar bristles. Pinch and loop, a couple of turns look secure, and then come in and trim these in a bit of a tapered cut. Now we're going to put some flesh into the wing, and this is just red Mirage flesh. You'll have seen me using this before in a video. Just going to put that. Now, just going to offer this up to the hook, and just 2 strands down sort of way either side of the tail. Just come around with a pinch and loop, another turn to hold, fold the excess back over. Now, don't want to bring in any of the cut ends with me. Secure that in. Come in and trim that away, and just moisten that for the wing. I just want to check the length here of the flesh, just to see what way we're sitting. Okay, have enough of that. So at this point, I'm just going to take my thread up, just hang in the floss and the cut ends of the Arctic foxtail. Nice and tight. On the way back down, we're going to tie in the rib. And the rib is a uni wire, or sorry, an ultra wire. Oh, round the wrong way, in black. So just catch this in underneath, bring it in underneath the shank of the hook, and then just work your thread back down, tying this in there. When I get up close to my tail, just come in and hold the tail, and bring my thread right up tight against the tail. Now the first sort of way 1/3 of the body is going to be a Chartreuse Holographic Tinsel, and this is the Vineyard Chartreuse Holographic Tinsel, and the size of it is large. So I'm going to offer this up to the hook, just come in and pull it in sort of way to the first length of the first part of the body, and then we're just going to come around with our Chartreuse, just hold the tail again, get a nice clean turn going at the back, and then just a couple of overlapping turns up that first part of the body. Follow this around with your thread, a couple of turns will secure that in, come in and trim away the excess. Another flag that bit. Next part of the body is going to be opal Mirage Tinsel in large. So we'll get a wee length of this off. Now you could use Lurex or pearl, put anything on. You could make the whole body Chartreuse. It's up to you guys. I'm just sort of way I want to show you. Just going to catch that in and run my thread up the second part of the body, and we're just going to come up with the opal Mirage Tinsel, and you're just looking overlapping turns. Now if you wanted to make this part of the body a wee bit brighter, you could just come in and use a lighter thread, maybe even start off with a white thread if you like, trim away the excess. Then we'll come up with a rib, and we're looking 4 turns of the black wire, 2 turns onto the Chartreuse, and then 2 turns onto the opal Mirage Tinsel. Follow that around with our thread, nice tight turns to secure that in, and then you can bend and break away the wire. The wing, I'm going to put a wing on. This is just grey squirrel tail dyed black. We drop in the stagger just to get us started. Just offer this up to the hook, and I want this, the black, the squirrel, the tips coming past the bends of the hook. Just going to hold it on top here, around with the pinching loop, then a couple of tight turns to secure. Now I usually take a measurement and trim it, but I have enough room at the front to work here. So I'm just going to come in then and trim away the excess. The squirrel has a tendency to pull out. You'll have seen me doing this before too, just a wee lick of super glue onto the thread. Could use varnish or wax. I just prefer the super glue in certain applications and fly tan. I wouldn't use it all the time. Now we'll go back to our flash, and we're going to get another 2 strands of our red mirror flash. It's absolutely bucketing outside, you can probably hear that. Wish we had been getting that rain in the middle of July. Now we'll just offer the 2 strands up either side, turn the hole, just going to fold the excess back over, and then leaving it all in, we'll just come in and get the length here and trim this. Great wee flag, plenty of bling in it. Next, I'm just going to put on a red hen hackle. Now you could use a red cock hackle, it doesn't have to be a hen hackle that you want to use. I'm just looking at a nice hackle here. Just going to remove all the fluff from the bottom of the stem, then just stroking the fibres back to reveal the tip. Now for this up to the hook, come around with a couple of turns to hold. I'm going to fold the tip of the hackle back, bring my thread back up over the tip and the hackle itself, come in and locate the tip, break it away. Now just want to take off one side of the feather because it's just going to be too bulky. Just be overdressed if I put on the full 2 sides. Yeah, just come round. They're laying flat at the minute, but that's okay. Just going to put one more turn in. Just get a hold of the stem underneath. Follow this around with my thread. A couple of tight turns. I'll strip off the remainder of the fibres. Take another turn. Come in and fold everything back. And then just bring my thread up over the stem. Nice and tight, keeping my thread tight. Break the stem away. Now, I'm just going to come in here just with my trusty toothbrush. We're just going to brush some of this out. Right. Just want to open it up just to like to see the wee fly, because it's nice and bright, plenty of colour in it. It'll attract a few salmon, I think. Now, just to finish off, I'm just going to put some jungle cack on. I'm just looking 2 small eyes, nothing too big. There's one. Let's get another one. That's 2. We'll just offer these up. Just getting them prepared here in my hands, guys. Should have had these ready and all to prefer. But I just take the 2 eyes, just hold them on my finger and thumb. Just hold them on my finger and thumb. And then I just open them up. Just get them level again, so that wee one slipped on me. I'll just offer them up to the hook. Using the eye is a bit like a divider. Just hold them onto the hook. And then just come around with a couple of loose turns, just to see what way we're sitting. Right. Just want to check again. I'm happy with that. Just come back in, hold the jungle cack, take another couple of turns down towards the eye. Rather than trimming them off at this stage, just fold them back and bring your thread back up over the stems of the jungle cack. Now, see if you get into the habit of doing this. Just travelled a wee bit there. If you get into the habit of folding the stems back, it just means that the jungle cack have to break off. They can't pull out. And then we'll just come in with our whip finishing tool and throw in a whip finish. Pull the thread nice and tight, come in, trim away the tan thread. Now, there's nothing to that wee fly. It's just, just basically, good colour combination in relation to red, black, bit of chartreuse in the body, bit of green, good wee fly, I think. Now, just to finish off, I'm just going to come in with a wee coat of super glue just round the head. You don't want this anywhere else. It'll just ruin the fly if it goes into the hand hackle. Then I'll let that dry, and I'll come in then and just hit that with a couple of coats of varnish. So there you go, guys. Plenty of movement in that wee pattern, especially with the boar bristles, the wing, and the hand hackle at the front. Bit of flash. You couldn't want for better. You probably get it yourself. Anyway, look, as always, many thanks for taking the time to view the video. I really do appreciate it. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing. It helps the wee channel out, it helps it grow. And until next time, guys, please stay safe and tight lines.